Have you ever felt like someone who once cherished you suddenly vanished from your life, without a warning, without an explanation? One moment, you are close, and the next, it is as if they have erased you from existence. If this has happened to you, there is a chance you may have experienced something called the INFJ Door Slam. What is the door slam? Why does it happen? And most importantly, can it be undone? Today, we're going to dive deep into the mind of the rarest personality type, the INFJ, and uncover the psychological, emotional, and spiritual layers behind this powerful phenomenon. This is not just ghosting, it is something deeper, something intentional. It is called the door slam because it's drastic, but at the same time a necessary decision made by one of the rarest personality types, the INFJ, known for their depth, empathy, and intuition. But why does it happen? And is there any way back once that door is shut? To understand the door slam, we first need to understand the INFJ personality. INFJ stands for introverted, intuitive, feeling, and judging, one of the 16 Myers-Briggs personality types and the rarest, making up only about 1 to 2% of the population. Highly intuitive, deeply empathetic, but also fiercely protective of their emotional well-being. They are not quick to cut people off, but when they do, it's final. But despite their warmth and compassion, INFJs are not ones to tolerate toxicity for long. At their core, they want to understand and help. They see the best in people, often giving endless chances. But even the most patient hearts have limits. And when they reach that breaking point, the door slam is their way of reclaiming peace and protecting their energy. But what is the door slam? The INFJ door slam isn't just cutting someone off. It is a psychological defense mechanism, a form of self-preservation. It's the moment when an INFJ decides that enough is enough. But here's the twist. This isn't done out of hatred. It's often done out of pain, disappointment, and a desperate need for emotional survival. INFJs don't do this lightly. They wrestle with it internally, replaying moments, analyzing if they did the right thing. But once they walk away, it's usually final. The door is closed, locked, and bolted shut. Why does it happen? So why does the INFJ door slam happen? What pushes one of the most patient and understanding personality types to shut someone out completely? 1. Repeated betrayal of trust. Trust is everything to an INFJ. They don't open up easily, so when they do, it is a sign that they genuinely believe in the connection. But if that trust is broken repeatedly, whether through lies, deception, or consistent letdowns, they start to withdraw. An INFJ might forgive once, twice, or even multiple times, but there is always a breaking point. Once they determine that trust cannot be rebuilt, the door slams shut. 2. Emotional exhaustion from a one-sided relationship. INFJs are natural listeners, often the emotional support system for others. But what happens when they realize the care they give is never reciprocated? When they feel more like a therapist than an equal in a friendship or relationship, slowly, exhaustion sets in. And when they realize their well-being is suffering because they're always giving and never receiving, they have no choice but to walk away. 3. being taken for granted. INFJs rarely ask for help. They pride themselves on being independent, on handling things alone. But that doesn't mean they don't need support. If an INFJ starts to feel like their kindness and effort are being taken as a given, rather than appreciated, they start to pull back. And if this pattern continues, they may decide that enough is enough. 4. Feeling unheard or unappreciated. One of the deepest needs of an INFJ is to be understood. They crave meaningful conversations, emotional depth, and mutual respect. But if they repeatedly feel unheard, if their thoughts, emotions, and insights are dismissed or minimized, it sends a painful message: you don't matter. And when an INFJ feels invisible for too long, they eventually make themselves truly disappear. 5. Being manipulated, gaslighted, or emotionally abused. INFJs are intuitive, but they are also deeply empathetic, which sometimes makes them vulnerable to manipulation. If they're gaslighted, made to doubt their own perceptions, or trapped in a toxic cycle of emotional abuse, they may stay longer than they should, trying to fix the situation or hoping for change. But once they see through the illusion and recognize the damage it's causing, they won't just walk away, they will disappear entirely. No explanation, no final words, just silence. INFJs are patient, but they are not infinite wells of energy. They endure, they analyze, they give chances, but they also have a limit. And when they reach that limit, the door doesn't just close, it locks. When they reach the end of their emotional capacity, they have no choice but to remove themselves. So, what do you think? Have you ever experienced the INFJ Door Slam? I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Every experience is unique, and your perspective could help someone going through the same thing right now. But now, the question is, can the door be reopened? This is the question that lingers. Can an INFJ ever reopen the door? The short answer is, rarely. When an INFJ slams the door, it's usually after they've given every last ounce of forgiveness they had. They don't do it impulsively. It's a last resort. However, in rare cases, an INFJ might reconsider. If the other person shows genuine growth, accountability, and a deep understanding of why they caused the pain. But even then, things will never be the same. The relationship, if rebuilt, will have different boundaries. How to avoid being door slammed. If you have an INFJ in your life that you value, here are some ways to ensure you do not find yourself on the other side of that door. 1. Respect their emotional boundaries. INFJs need space to recharge. Do not take it personally. 2. Show consistency. They thrive on deep, meaningful connections, not flakiness or superficiality. 3. Be honest. INFJs are human liar detectors. They sense dishonesty even when it's unspoken. 4. Express appreciation. A simple "I see you, I value you" goes a long way. 5. Match their effort. If an INFJ sees that they're the only one giving in a relationship, they will eventually withdraw. The INFJ's perspective post-slam. What happens to the INFJ after they slam the door? Contrary to what some might think, INFJs don't feel joy or relief immediately. They grieve, They question themselves. They wonder if they were too harsh. But eventually, they find peace in knowing they chose self-respect over self-sacrifice. And that's the essence of the INFJ Door Slam. It's not about revenge. It's about reclaiming energy, setting firm boundaries, and protecting a heart that has given so much. So if you've ever been door slammed by an INFJ, take a moment to reflect. What led to it? Was it truly out of nowhere, or were there signs? And if you're an INFJ yourself, know that it's okay to walk away when something no longer serves you. Your peace matters too. In this video, we dive deep into the INFJ Door Slam, why it happens, the psychology behind it, and whether the door can ever reopen. If this resonates, share your thoughts in the comments. If you are an INFJ, have you ever had to door slam someone? And why? Share your story in the comments. If you have been on the receiving end, do you think it was fair? Let us discuss. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another video. Until next time, take care of your energy and protect your peace. And thank you for spending this time with me.